ones cruising by out there, if they at least walk by and don't come into the food plot, they'll at least see this. And the same thing goes the other way. If something's cruising by, they'll see the decoy out here. And again, I've had 100% success rate at least pulling them into the plot. Every time I put this decoy out, I've had deer come in. So only use it during the later in the season. Don't use it at the beginning since there's plenty of food. But now that we're getting down to certain times of the year where there's limited food, I'd use a decoy. All right, guys, good luck. We're in the stand. It's been a lot of work up until now. We were gonna saddle hunt. We were gonna go from the blind. The blind left me too exposed. The saddle left me too exposed. So now we're just in the stand with a bad wind. So hopefully this scent lock can really pay off. The scent from the wind is blowing directly in front of me. And the deer should be coming out from behind me, so hopefully I can get a shot at them before they smell me. Over here you have some public land, and it's kind of funny. I was telling my dad on the way up here that we've never gotten anybody on our trail cams from the public land, and where I'm sitting right now is public land. We're right on the corner of it. We're on the border from where my property borders the state land, so technically I'm on public land. But on the 3rd, we caught somebody walking through the property, and it looked like he went down the trail that led to our property, but our trail camera's kind of busted, so we didn't see where he went. But we got a southwest wind. Let's see what happens. Hopefully we can get it done. We just had 2 fawns come in, and they came in over from my right, and they kind of caught me off guard. I could have pegged one at 25 yards, so they didn't stay in here long. It was just a quick see what's in here, see what's out. I think they caught a little bit of my ground scent, but still a cool encounter. It's a little windy out. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm just happy to see something, you know, so it just gets the blood pumping. So, it's still early, we still got time. She came up from right there, and then she was milling around in here for up until you came, and then she kind of looked that way a little bit, and then she didn't even run off. She just ran off or walked off.
Really?
I could have shot her.
Did you see my light coming?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I could have shot her at 10 yards.
And the closest she came into me was 40, 41. So she was pretty small.
I thought the other fawn was going to be with her.
I did too, but she was by herself the whole time. She did look at the decoy, but she didn't stomp or do anything. She just kind of milled around at 40 yards. And I don't know. Earlier, I thought I heard some voices.
I did too.
And
I heard some coughing down here. Somebody coughed, and I felt like they were right on the trail.
Really?
And that's why I was like, is that you?
No, I heard some talking. I wonder if the neighbors are up. That's all I can think of, because I heard some brief talking, and I kept listening, didn't hear it again. And I thought, well, maybe it was just me.
And I heard these guys behind me too.
Oh, I always hear these guys. Like a bunch of kids.
Yeah, it sounded like two guys talking.
Yeah, so now I think this is when that fawn and doe came in, because the two fawns went over this way, and then the doe and the fawn came in. So this is the fawn, but back here there's a doe. And I knew there was another one back there because this one kept looking back. And this is the two fawns. I saw the two fawns come back in, and they came back in. So they went off this way, then they came back in this way. So that's when the two fawns came back.
Michigan hunt number 2. We're out here. It's about 3:30. I bumped one deer coming into the stand, but that's all right. What are you gonna do, you know? So yesterday my dad saw those deer at the food plot. They were the same ones that came through here. So hopefully we can see some more deer activity. We got a south wind, so the wind's coming directly into my face. So hopefully we get going, and hopefully we start seeing some deer. We saw a buck line. We did some scouting this morning around this area. There's a buck line that comes right behind me. You can't really get a shot. And then maybe 2 football fields behind me onto the public land. Some guys set up a ground blind. So just something to be mindful of whenever the season starts. So let's get this hunt started. It is November the 12th, and it is cold. I think right now it's 27, but with the wind chill, we're sitting at 14 degrees. You can tell that it's snowing here. You can look on top of my hat and see that. Yeah, it's freezing cold. We had that one fawn come in yesterday, right at last light. But we're not going to take a fawn. We'll save her for next year. And I was kind of hoping that would bring in a buck, but it didn't really work out. So it's too cold for me to bring out my camera gear, so I'm just filming off with my phone, and on here I have my Tacticam. So hopefully that doesn't freeze up and everything ends up alright.
So you're in the tree stand, the food plot is here.
I'm thinking they're going to come from over here, so I'm
So
leaning
you're-
up against the tree because I'm cold.
So you're leaning like this, so
Yeah.
you're facing state land.
And then I heard something, and I was like, oh, something's going to be coming, so I was like, let me get ready. So I'm already like this, not with the bow, but like all I have to do is just
Sure.
get it off like this. And I was like this for maybe about 10 minutes, because I was like, I can hear it's something chomping in the snow. And I was like, I don't hear anything. I'm getting cold. I'm going to go sit down. As soon as I sit down like this, 3 does right there, right behind me. Just like, how did, you know? And so they didn't like put their tail up and run, but they kind of just like went off the other way, and they went directly towards you. And I thought for sure, 100%, give it 10 minutes and I was going to hear poof.
Didn't see a thing.
So when I'm walking out, I'm like, since you said you didn't see him, I was like, let me see where they went off. They went down through the woods and they crossed the trail. And then they crossed it almost right where it leads over to the other 80.
The Georges.
And then they went right through there. 2 big does, 1 little fawn. Couldn't believe it. So we're coming out here to change out the trail cameras. And you can see the deer trails coming through here. But then you see that a buck was in here last night making a scrape.
That was not there yesterday. We got all this snow and he was in here last night. Can you believe that?
Crazy. And the camper's only what?
70 yards. Not even that. Yeah, we're just off the trail. Did he come in? Did he go out?
I can't tell, there's so many tracks.
No, he went out.
So you think he came from the food plot?
He came this way and then went out.